Hello and welcome to Metal Dice, a podcast where we talk about all things music.
Well, the things we care about.
That's right, which is mainly metal music and live music. I'm your host, Brian, joined the other host,
Karen.
and for this episode, we're going to be talking about the Signs of the Swarm show we saw
finally
at Reggies. This is part of their To Rid Myself of Truth. Is that their album?
That's the album, yeah.
The newest album?
New
Okay.
album, yeah.
At least it's not North America Tour 2025.
Yeah,
so
exactly. We haven't had very many of those this year.
I haven't looked. We might not have. This was Sunday, October 5th. Opening for them, we have Working Your Way from the bottom of the bill all the way up. We have Face Yourself, Carcosa, 1056, which is 10 spelled out with 56 behind that, and Mental Cruelty. Mental Cruelty. I like that name a lot better than Mental Clarity. I've been saying Mental Clarity all day.
Even when they were playing last night, were you like, Mental Clarity?
Honestly, I thought it was like Mental Church or something. I had no clue. I am dyslexic as fuck, so those all made sense to me. Ticket prices for this were a whopping $25 with $8.65 in fees. Now that fees is fucking outrageous.
That is really high, yeah.
Anywho.
Especially for TicketWeb, they normally don't have that high of fees. I guess recently they have.
Yeah, they all have super fucking high fees. It's very frustrating, the fees. I don't know. Maybe someday I'll do some more analytics on fees. That's why I'm tracking it, though, so I can track the trends and whatnot. Anywho, getting to this show, you've been really excited for this show.
I have. I love Signs of the Swarm.
They're like one of your favorite bands now, huh?
Yeah. Huh? Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. I don't even know when the first time was that we saw them. I think it was with Whitechapel at a show at like House of Blues, like 2 or 3 years ago.
For real?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what coming to mind. That's what I'm remembering.
Maybe.
The show where Phil was sick.
Okay, that was the Valley in Full.
Valley in Full show.
So that would have been what, 2023?
Yeah. Hold on just a second. We're going to take a second.
You are correct. That was with Enthos and Arcspire as well.
Yeah, I feel like that was the first time that we saw them.
I remember Arcspire and I remember Enthos. I do not remember Signs of the Swarm from that show.
Oh my God. I remember like as soon as they went on, I was like, I love, like, that's generally how it is when I find like a favorite band. It's like, as soon as I see them, I'm like, this is one of my favorite bands. Yeah. And
I guess since we're on that show anyway on our spreadsheet and we're talking about fees, the tickets for that show were also $25.
Oh, well.
With $10.25 in fees.
So a little bit better.
A little bit better.
No, that's actually worse.
No.
Because it was $8 this time.
Yeah, so it's less this time.
Yeah,
that show was worse.
Yeah.
It was a Live Nation show at a Live Nation venue, so of course it's going to be worse.
Yeah.
But TicketWeb's not too far behind the worstness.
The worstness.
The shittiness, let's put it that way,
Yeah.
I guess. If they're bullshit fees. Anywho, getting back to the show yet again.
Yeah, I don't know how many times we've seen Signs of the Swarm. Like, I've probably seen them 6 times now, 5 times.
You've probably seen them 2 more times than I have because at Incarceration you went to go see them, while I saw, I want to say it was Nothing More.
Nothing More, yeah.
2 completely different bands.
Yeah.
For 2 completely different people.
Yep.
But that's the beauty of a festival is you can do shit like that.
Yeah, and then they played in Ireland when I was in Limerick.
And that was one of the 2 shows. Like we were talking about me going over there.
Yep.
I was going to see the AC/DC tribute band or cover band, or Signs of the Swarm, or AC/DC tribute band, and the Evil.
Yeah, because you were coming for 1 week, so it was like, are you going to come the middle week or the last week that I was there? So. And
I chose the week where I got to see 3 European bands that I probably have not seen and I might not get to see again.
Yeah, I think that was the best because otherwise you've seen all the other bands that I saw that night. Because it was Child Decapitation, Vomit Forth, 200 Stab Wounds, and Signs of the Swarm.
Yeah. 200 Stab Wounds was pretty sick. I like 200 Stab Wounds.
I knew you would, yeah. Anyways, this show.
Getting back to this show.
Yeah. So I've been excited for this for a long time just because we've never seen a Signs of the Swarm headlining set.
Right.
They've always been an opener, so.
Yeah. I was indifferent. I didn't really
I know.
care one way or the other. I was like, all right, it's going to be music.
But you seem to enjoy yourself.
I really did enjoy the night. As the night goes, we'll get to that. I enjoyed all of the bands.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I really did. One thing I didn't enjoy is the doors were 5:30 and you were kind of ragging on this all the way leading up to it. It was like, fuck, it's going to be a long night. 5 fucking bands. Like,
You don't need 5 bands.
I kind of agree. I'm not a fan. Like 4 is the max, and even then I'm getting a little cranky, and I'm old, so I'm getting cranky. It's like, fuck this. Where's the 3 band bullshit that it used to be? 1 headliner and 2 openers. That's 3 is the sweet spot for me. 4 is like, all right, I can do 4. Once you get to 5 and more, it's like, all right, this is what the fuck's going on here. There has to be a damn good reason for having 5 bands. All 5 of these bands were fucking awesome, though.
They were awesome. I thought that's the same way, because I was like, generally when we have 4 bands, I can say like, oh, they could have done without XYZ, and it would have been absolutely fine. This night, though, I was like, I wouldn't want to cut anybody either. So it was awesome to see all the bands. We did fly home from LA the night before, and we got home super late, like midnight or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a late evening for sure.
Yeah, and that's after, well, I guess LA is a little bit different, because getting up at 6 in LA is 8 here. So,
yeah.
But I don't know, I was just exhausted. Maybe it was after like 3 days of
travel,
getting up early.
just go.
Yeah. But anyways, so yeah, I was not looking forward to being there for 5 hours or like, seeing all the bands. But once the music started, I was absolutely fine.
And the music started right away, because doors, like I said, were 5:30. The show start time was listed online at 6:30.
Yeah.
And we did hang out here at home. We ate dinner before going. Reggies isn't that far from us, so we can walk over there really quick, and we're like, all right, we're gonna get there like 5 minutes before set time was supposed to start at 6:30. And we got there probably about 6:20, so about 10 minutes before it was supposed to happen, I think.
No, we got there at 6:27.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But as we're walking in, you can hear the band playing.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, shit. We go through the front door. They have the times listed on there, and the first band was listed at 6:20. So that was a little frustrating as well, that online it said one time.
Yeah.
And we were prepared to show up on time. But when you get there, it's like, oh, no, we're actually going to start earlier type thing. So that was a little frustrating.
It was. So I think I said, after Face Yourself got done, I was like, okay, we're now for sure coming 15 minutes early. Like, we're really close to Reggies. We've been cutting it close the last couple times we went to Reggies, where it's like, oh, we'll leave it like 6:20. Show starts at 6:30. There's plenty of time to get there. And now it's like, okay, let's make sure that we get there a little early. So
on the way there, we are walking behind another couple who were clearly going to the same show we were going to. They got through the door right before we did, and again, the music was going on for both of us, obviously, and they sort of just stopped at the beginning. So if you go through Reggies, if you've ever been there, you go through this narrow little walkway where your bathrooms are on your left, and on your right is all the merch. And then as you kind of get past that, there's a stairwell going up to the balcony, and then your sound stage, which this show had an extended sound stage. Normally they're up there in the front of house in that little area they have built out. But these bands brought a lot more equipment and had to like build out on the ground where the floor would have been. Me neither. I have never seen that either.
Not at Reggie's. I've seen it at like not Milwaukee Metal Fest, but at the Rave.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, I've seen it there too. I've seen it at a few other venues as well, but this is the first time I've seen it at Reggie's. I don't know if it was just part of, we have 5 bands, we need to turn this through super quick. So, we're going to tear down, each band has its own sound equipment and whatnot, soundboard. So I don't know. I wasn't back there watching that. But, this couple who walked in front of us, they were sort of just hung out around that area. And it looked pretty packed.
Oh, yeah.
From when we first walked in. It's like, fuck, are we going to go? I turned my head around, kind of peeked around, and sure enough, over on stage, right, there's plenty of room for us to go stand.
And the pit was pretty big. So
pit was fucking massive.
Yeah. I mean, for Reggie's, yeah.
I mean, sure. Yeah, for Reggie's, for sure. But it's
a small venue, so.
It's a small venue, but I've seen pits that large at similar sized venues, I feel like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I guess
you're saying massive, and in my mind, I'm like, the whole venue's not massive. I guess it's just the terminology that you're using.
The pit itself was massive to me in comparison to the venue size, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Sure, I guess we're saying, sure, whatever. We're saying the same thing. Anywho, all right. I have been noticing a lot lately at shows, when a pit opens, it doesn't sort of collapse in on itself. And that's why I was trying to get to it in terms of it being massive. It seemed like it was a pit that had grown way too big, and people weren't collapsing it back down in and making it narrow. And I think a lot of that goes into like the Karate Kids coming out there and doing their routines and whatnot. And there was one individual this night doing a bunch of Karate Kid routines himself. I think he was like the only one doing the Karate Kid.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Anywho, We ended up going through that and over to stage right.
Yeah, yeah. And when you got in, like, you kind of stopped too, and I'm like, move.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Walk in. Like, you don't need to stop.
I was
here.
trying to be polite, but like, you need to keep pushing forward here.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah. There was no line. It was fend for yourself now.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, we walk in to Face Yourself. And I would love to read off their set list. I would love to tell you we added it to our playlist, but nothing is online for this. I even went back, and I typically do this. I will, if I don't see anything for our show, I'll go down the tour dates trying to find stuff. And I went all the way down to October 3rd because this is only like the third show of this tour.
Yeah.
And there's still nothing.
Yeah.
Luckily, we don't really have another show coming up for a couple weeks, or unluckily for us. I don't know how you want to describe that. But I think I might check back in later and try to add. I was gonna say,
yeah, we have a couple days between our shows, so maybe by the end of the week, maybe something will be
for another show.
Loaded for a different show.
They are taking a couple days off before their next show, which I think is in Iowa.
Oh, is it really?
I think so. Yeah, Davenport, Iowa on the 8th. So they have a couple days off. So hopefully, one of these upcoming shows, somebody will record and post the stuff on Setlist FM, and we'll go ahead and add, because again, it is like right here toward the top of the set list, so we can easily add them.
Yeah.
But like I said, we can't add Face Yourself. I though really liked their set.
Their set. Yeah. Like I didn't know who Face Yourself was, but man, female lead, and I normally am like, oh, I hate female leads. I don't like their singing, blah, blah. But oh my gosh, she was amazing.
I mean, it's deathcore, death metal. So like the female lead, you don't pick up the female vocals at all.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just a lot of growls, a lot of deep, harsh vocals, which she did a great fucking job at. I loved it. The atmosphere on stage was fucking awesome. The one thing that did stand out to me, there was a part where she was, she got this long black hair, like down to her lower back or whatnot. And there's one part where she's like talking to the crowd, and the guitarist or bassist next to her was like leaning down to fix something with his amp or something like that, and then moving his guitar head around, and his guitar head got like caught in her hair. So it's like being pulled back, and like, oh shit, that's gonna hurt if she. Oh. But it just sort of undid itself. I don't know, that was kind of funny to me.
Like she was gonna get caught.
Yeah. Because I mean, that Reggie stage is very small with all that gear up there. Yeah. And how many members are in this band? There's like what, 2 guitars, the bassist, her, and the kit.
Yeah. And the kit has to be in the front because there's Science of Swarm had their kit set up. So.
But yeah, a really great time. I loved seeing their set. I would like to see them again for sure.
Oh yeah, I would too. All these bands, I'm just gonna say right now, all these bands I would see again. So we don't need to say it after 5 times. But we did get our first wall of death during Face Yourself.
Yeah, we did get our. I forgot about that. Yep. I try to block that out because I'm not a fan of wall of deaths. Not because I don't like them in terms of like I'm scared of them, but like I feel like they're overdone.
Yeah, especially in a venue like Reggies.
I mean, I don't care about that. Like the venue size to me doesn't matter.
Oh, I think it does.
The smaller ones would be better, right? Because it takes less time to make the wall versus like Alex at Incarceration, where it's from start to back. Like that's a huge fucking area to make a wall of death. This, it is smaller, so you can get that wall of death going a lot quicker. It's just, of the 5 bands this night, there were 4 walls of death.
Yeah. With
one maybe for the 5th one that they didn't necessarily call it a wall of death, but it kind of felt like they were sort of asking for a wall of death. I felt like front to back, side to side, and then it's like, I want to see people move. I think that's what he said, something along those lines.
I took it as a wall of death.
So then I guess it was 5 for 5, right? Like, I feel like only
Carcosa didn't do one.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like I felt like they were trying to ask for one.
Signs of the Swarm. So
no, sorry.
Okay.
But I guess getting into our Carcosa then, so we brought that up. We had seen them before as well. I remember seeing them on stage, like getting their shit ready, and 2 of the members had these sort of tracksuit things on with their logos on the back. And that's the only thing I remember, honestly, is like, I swear to God, we've seen that logo with people wearing tracksuits on stage. And I did feel like that was at Milwaukee Metal Fest this year. So I might be getting this confused with a different band. Maybe like After the Burial, something similar.
No, not After the Burial.
Or something similar.
No, it wasn't After the Burial. But during the pre-party for Milwaukee Metal Fest, one of the bands did have tracksuits on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm probably thinking of then, is I was like, I got that vibe, that look. Mm-hmm. So we did pull up our past spreadsheet, and sure enough, we had seen Carcosa before at
the The Metro with Arcspire.
With Arcspire. Again, Signs of the Swarm with Arcspire.
Oh,
Carcosa
yeah,
now with
yeah,
Arcspire.
Yeah. Arcspire was with Signs of the Swarm, but that was a Whitechapel show, not
Yes,
Arcspire.
but you know what I'm saying. We saw,
Yeah.
there's the common thread between these two shows, or 3 shows now.
Yeah.
We do have a set list for them. This does come from October 3rd, though, in Toronto,
I think it's the same, though.
Canada. I feel like it's the same, too. Well, with one, all right, we'll get to it. They started with Born to Lose, Vermin, The Axe Forgets, The Tree Remembers. I like that title. 1983, similar to Taylor Swift's 1987, but a little harder. Hypnos, and Nihilus. Now, this does have the same comment that we saw with like the Vimic show that we just recorded, where set list is incomplete and out of order.
I don't think it's
Vermin was the last song they played.
No, Nihilus was.
Was it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Vermin is the Kill Bill reference. And I thought that was the last song, or like who's in the Kill Bill or something.
Oh, is it? Oh, so Nihilus must have been in the Vermin spot then.
So I do know Vermin is the Kill Bill. I felt like that was the last song, but honestly, I can't remember.
It was the last song.
Okay.
Yes.
So I left, when we put this on our spreadsheet, we do it in the order that we hear the songs. I did move Vermin to the last spot.
One. Okay. So Nihilus was the one that was earlier. So I only know 2 Carcosa songs, and it's Vermin and Nihilus.
Oh, okay.
So that's why. But yeah.
And you knew one at the beginning and one at the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 1983 is about daddy issues, and I loved that song. Like, I think that was a new one that they had, and I will be listening to that song more because
they have a new album coming out.
The 18th.
The 18th. This is the 6th we're recording this.
Probably after this is posted.
And they're like, but if you guys want it now, you can go back to our merch and buy it right now. Which I think that's really fucking cool.
Yeah.
That you can as a band be like, you know what? Our album's going to be released on this date. You come see us live. We'll sell it to you now. I think that's a really cool thing.
It is really cool. Normally, I mean, sometimes they don't do that, but I won't say normally, but with small bands, you probably have more control over that.
So is Nihilus then also the other nerd song? Because there was a part where he's like, who's nerdy here? And I raised my hand because I think he said, I want to see not a Star-Lord. Fuck, I can't remember. Starlight. A Starlight
I didn't
pit.
get that reference.
Starlight is the chick from, she's one of the lead superhero, not lead, one of the female superheroes in The Boys, the TV series. You haven't seen it. I watched it a decent amount of times. And she's got like light powers is what she does and whatnot. But basically that was his call for a circle pit.
Oh, okay.
It's like, it's a circle. It's very simple. Just get going, run in a circle.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't get the nerd reference.
And then of course we do Vermin at the end, which is Kill Bill. Not necessarily nerdy, but nerds are typically cross over to that a lot. But yeah, it was an awesome set. I really had a lot of fun with their set for sure.
Yeah.
They did say they greened out earlier, a couple of them. And so they kind of were like, fuck, we are just fucked up today. We are sorry you have to live through this. We're sorry. We're going to do our best though. We do apologize. So I didn't notice anything.
Yeah, I didn't notice either.
But yeah, I don't know. They put on a good set, even though they greened out. So we'll see. I don't know what we'll see. We already saw. It was good. It was fun. I would see this band again.
Okay.
Another band I'd see again is 1056 jumping ahead. And again, we do not have a set list for these guys. So Karen's doing a quick look up here because like I said with the jumpsuits for Carcosa, that was their name, right? Carcosa?
Yeah.
I keep getting them and Crypta mixed in my head for some reason. Oh. Again, dyslexia. Anywho, for Carcosa, seeing the jumpsuits and seeing the symbols, I'm like, that looks just like a band we had just seen. As soon as 1056 was putting their stuff together, you were like, we've seen these guys before. And I was like, there's no way we've seen them before. And so that's what she's doing right now. She's looking up some information to see if she can find out if we had seen these guys before, or these members before somewhere.
I don't think we can find anything, but Luca Garatine is, and I could be saying his name wrong, but is one of the guitarists, and like he was out on the stage like before everybody else came out, and that's when I said we've seen them before. But he just looks so familiar.
So I've said this, especially about deathcore and to some extent metalcore too, and I guess a lot of metal, honestly. Well, especially when you get into the subgenre. I'm railing. Anywho, to me, deathcore a lot of times has a very, very cookie cutter sound. All of it to me somewhat sounds alike, and that also goes into the members also somewhat look alike. I just felt like he looks very similar to people we've seen in so many other metalcore bands, and in particular.
I wouldn't necessarily go to metalcore, but different bands.
I don't know. Lorna Shore, Will Ramos has a very similar look to Luca with like the curly hair, other than it being blonde. Like, other than it being blonde, they have a very similar look, especially from a distance to me.
Okay. I'm going to disagree with you on that.
Anywho, this isn't a fashion look-alike type.
No, it's not.
Podcast.
But that's when I said that I feel like we've seen them before.
Yeah, no, and I kind of thought that in my head once you mentioned it. I was like, we've never seen this band before, but they do kind of look very similar to a bunch of other members we have seen. And again, like I said, to me, the music sounds very similar and cookie cutter, and I'm not meaning that in a bad way. I do really enjoy the music. I also just don't listen to it that often to notice the nuances that maybe you might notice. But if you talk to me about like thrash metal, I can tell you like, oh no, there's nuances there. And you might be like, no, that's all very similar sounding and whatnot. So again, it's just what you're most familiar with and what you've immersed yourself in. So deathcore for me is not the genre I go to. I do enjoy it. I did enjoy this set, but it just felt very repetitive for the night is what I'm saying.
Okay. But no, we have not seen them. They're a band from France. We have not been to France. And we have not. Have we seen another French band?
Yes, we have.
Who? Oh, Gojira.
Gojira. There you go. It kicked in. It kicked in right there.
Yeah. Where's Oh no, they're from Italy.
Who's that? Flesh God Apocalypse. They're
Italians. Yeah. I really enjoyed them. Part of me is like, I kind of wish that they sang in French. Maybe they have some songs in French and they just sing in English.
I mean, we say that about every band who's not English speaking, or not necessarily English speaking, but who's not American or English. Like, if you're from Germany, we'd love to hear you sing in German. If you're from Sweden, we'd love to hear you sing in Sweden. You know,
Swedish.
Like Swedish, yes.
English, Brian.
Yeah, I was saying English. I'm just a dumb American, so like, you know, our education system's not that great, so I don't know those words and those names of things.
Anyways,
getting back to the show again.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. I would have loved to hear it in French, but at the same time, I don't know if I'd pick up the words at all.
No.
There was, were they the band who comes out like, our next song is, it was like the second song they said. It was like a 3-word, and it just sort of growls like, I didn't understand a fucking thing you just said, but I did enjoy the song.
No, I feel like that was Mental Cruelty, but I could be wrong there.
Maybe. I can't remember either. All right, before getting the Mental Cruelty, I also picked up that they were foreign for sure.
Oh yeah.
Just the accent.
The talking parts.
I did not get French though when he was talking. I don't know why I didn't pick up on the French accent. It was just definitely a foreign accent to me. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I wonder how many other members of the band are possibly foreign or not.
Yeah, it is easy. I mean, generally our ears, like even like listening to Malevolence or Bleed From Within or something like that, like while they're singing, I don't hear an accent. But then once they speak, it's like you hear the accent. So I don't know if that's like a training thing on like, okay, try to get an English accent or like English. I don't know how that comes across, but
yeah. And I mean, this kind of goes back to the whole, I wish you would sing in your native tongue type thing, because we've talked about this in other episodes of it just might not be commercially viable to do that.
Oh yeah.
Like Rammstein does it and they're commercially viable. The Who have done it with some success. I wouldn't say nearly as successful as Rammstein by any means, but they're out there singing in their native tongue as well. But, you know, mostly it's you sing in English because that's the market you're going to sell to, like here in America, I think. So it could just be a training thing. Like when we sing, there's a certain tone or cadence that we need to learn to sing in for this particular style and whatnot, just to be more viable commercially and whatnot. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know
either. So
I do, though, wish there was a lot more. And there is. We just don't know it or haven't found it yet. A lot more non-English metal out there.
Yes.
But 1056, French, so not English, but they sung in English, but it was also amazing. Lots of butts there. And as I said at the beginning, this is definitely a band I would like to see again.
Me too.
Is that number 2 or 3 for you that you'd like to see again?
All 3.
Does Sorry, I was going back to the beginning. We're like, we're not going to say it for all bands.
Oh,
And I have made it a point, especially for like Mental Cruelty. That's a band I'd see again as well.
me too. They're from Germany.
Yeah, another foreign band.
They did not speak or sing in German.
They did not. But we
But
do
I
also
could understand though. Maybe there were some vocals that were in German, and we just
It could be
Don't
same
know.
with the French before.
yeah.
Anywho, we do have a set list for them, and that was what, Karen?
They start with the Venerable One, King of Fire, Helheim, Forgotten Kings, Obsessus Damanio, Optima Hyptrica, Nordlies, Zvlight, and then they ended with Symphony of a Dying Star. I totally apologize
For fucking up your German.
for fucking up words that are not from my education. So maybe they did have German lyrics.
They may have. Some of those songs are in German.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to look up some of the lyrics really quick. So talk to make it seem like I'm not just looking at my phone.
another deathcore, death metal band.
Yeah.
Very
I
good.
knew the whole night would be that way.
Yeah, I don't know. We've talked about it where I really enjoy that where it's, the same thing over and over and over and over. I do though also like where other genres are sort of sprinkled in there and mixed around just to switch up the cadence,
Yep.
switch things up a bit. And again, that probably led to me thinking the night was just very repetitive by the end of it.
Yeah.
And by this point, this is the last band before Signs of the Swarm. So I definitely was starting to get this repetitive vibe. Not necessarily a bad vibe, but definitely sort of repetitive. When the set also did start, I think this is when it was, for like the first two songs, like the pit was going strong all night long. But for like the first two songs, there was like no pit at all.
Yeah,
And I was like,
yeah.
what the fuck happened to the pit?
Well, that's kind of what you were saying, like that sometimes at the venues, like the pit doesn't close back in. And this night it did. Like between every single band,
Between
closed
every
back.
single set it
Yeah.
did. And then it would reopen.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes you go and it's like in between sets even, people are staying out of the pit area because they know where the pit
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Not this time. It closed in and it didn't reopen for those first two songs. It didn't feel like. But then it eventually opened and got very big again and a really nice, good pit.
Yeah.
So the crowd was really into it all night. It was fucking awesome. What did you find with your lyrics?
Yeah, so Zweitlicht. I don't know how to say it, but it's all in German.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would not have guessed.
No.
Honestly.
No. Sometimes that's how it is with deathcore or death metal. Like sometimes the growls are so strong that you can't.
Yeah, I mean, all right. So going back to like death metal and like Amon Amarth, I definitely felt that way for some Amon Amarth songs early on when I first started getting
once you
into them.
listen to them a lot
Exactly.
and a lot, yeah.
And that's why I was saying earlier of like, to me, it all just sounds very similar until you sort of immerse yourself into the songs and with the band in particular. So for me, for now, like at this point now, for Amon Amarth, I can definitely start to pick up and understand so much quicker, so much faster and better now than I did when I first started listening to it. So when we listen to Mental Cruelty more and more and more and more, especially you, maybe then you'll start to pick up on the German and actually hear it a little better.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, a great fucking band that I would definitely see again.
Me too.
Anything else you want to say about them?
No. I think by kind of like what you were saying, like by this point of the night, I was just like, okay, Signs of the Swarm. I want to see them. That's why we're here. So let's
get into it then.
Let's get moving.
And let's get into their set list. Because again, we do have a set list, again, from the night before. Not from our show, but we have an actual set list from the tour. So let's read off what they have.
They start with Borrow Time, Pray for Death, To Rid Myself of Truth, Hell Must Fear Me, Natural Selection, Scars Upon Scars, Chariot, I Won't Let You Die, Between Fire and Stone, Revelations of a Silent King, Creator, Promiscuous, and then they ended with Amongst the Low and Empty.
Which was the song you wanted to hear, Amongst the Low and Empty?
Well, it's not the only song I wanted to hear, but yes, that's the song that I really, really, really enjoy from them.
To be fair, we were on our way over there or earlier in the day, be like, God, there's 5 bands. I'm going to have to wait 5 hours before I hear the one song I want to hear, which I assume was Amongst the Low and Empty.
Yes, I did say that. Yes.
Which it did make me funny it made me laugh because we follow a guy on Instagram and he went to a Papa Roach show not long ago and he's had a very similar comment. It was like, I had to sit here and wait 3 fucking hours to hear the one Papa Roach song I wanted to hear. I tapped out. I'm not doing that. I can't. Like, he must have had a bad night or something.
Yeah.
Which we've been there. We've done that.
We've done that. Yeah.
We've gone to shows where we know, like, not necessarily know, but there's like one song from a band we like.
Yeah. And we know it's gonna be like the last song.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's their biggest hit and whatnot. So it made me laugh when in my head when you said that. I was like, oh shit! Like 3 days ago, this guy said the same thing on his Instagram. So that was kind of funny to me.
Yeah. I definitely wasn't gonna tap out this night. Which I know we talked about, like, I think I even said, I was like, if we didn't have tickets for Signs of the Swarm tonight and it was a different band, I'd probably be like, whatever, I'm not going.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to sleep. But
it was Signs of the Swarm, one of your favorite bands right now. So
yeah, well, I mean, I have a lot of favorite bands now. I used to only have 2, and now I have like 15.
But how's the set for you then? Again, like, I have seen them. I enjoy their sets. It's not music I necessarily gravitate towards or listen to. If it pops up on our playlist, I'm listening to it, not shuffling out. But you know, when I go to listen for a particular song, I'm pulling out a particular band. So this is something you listen to a lot. How was the set for you, I guess?
It was fine. I have, now that I don't like the new album, I haven't listened to it as much as I always gravitate to the songs that I've listened to the last couple of years. And I do that with every band. I feel like I always gravitate to like older stuff or the stuff that I listen to a lot. So a lot of the songs I don't know that well. So, and I think he even called back to that a few times when he would be playing or he would be like, okay, let's go back to, like an older song or whatever, like, that you might know more or whatever. So, but it happens a lot during the first tour of a new album or something like that.
Yeah.
So.
You're definitely pushing the new stuff.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you're out there touring on that new album. Yeah. You're proud of what you just did. You want to put it out there. It helps sell the new album and all that as well. So, yeah, we've talked about that. Like, a new album comes out, that's going to be a good chunk of your set as well.
The other thing that not that I didn't like it, but having Reggies is a small space. And we were kind of closest to the stage. We kind of moved closer as people filtered out after Mental Cruelty, and then we moved up further. We kind of got pushed to the side when the pit opened up a little bit, which was fine. I mean, that didn't bother me. But there's something about when David performs, like his body motions and like how he performs.
Is he the singer?
Yes, he's the singer. Sorry. That's the first time we ever saw him. That's one thing that I noticed, and I was like, I like the way he performs. And being where we were, or maybe it was just like the size of the stage and everything like that, like I felt like he couldn't, it wasn't as grand as I remember it being, if that makes sense. And it could just be the size of the stage. Like, I think they had one little riser and that's about it. So it's like there's not much room to do more stuff.
Do you know if the photographer running around stage, if that's a Reggies photographer offhand? Have you seen that individual before?
Not that individual.
Okay.
I've seen...
Because that was a little off-putting for me, is the dude running around stage and getting the camera like in everybody's faces
right
as they're
in
playing.
Their face, yeah.
And it's like, dude, fuck off. We're here to see the show. Like, get your, like... I get it. Like, you're paid to do the photos, so you're getting the good photos, but...
And the stage is really small, so there's nowhere to go in front of the stage, so it's like...
And there's one time... Who's the lead singer again?
David.
There's one time where he, like, bumps into David.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's taking a photo of somebody, and David, like, turns around, like, runs into him. And I did see David apologize, like, hey, I'm sorry I ran into you. But at the same time, it's like, dude, he's on your fucking stage. Like, let's...
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a small stage.
It is, yeah.
Just going back to, I mean, even House of Blues has a large stage for the venue size of House of Blues, in my opinion.
It's deep, too. We didn't notice that until we went to the balcony. It goes back far. Yeah. Reggie's doesn't seem like it goes back that far.
No, it's pretty small. So anyways, but that was just something that I was just like, and maybe it is also, I've seen them probably 6 times now, and it's kind of like, once you see a band multiple times, it's like kind of that grand thing goes away, and it's kind of like, oh, I know how this is going to go, or whatever the case is. So maybe that was part of the night. I'm not saying like the performance was bad by any means. I just didn't have that, oh my God, awe that I've had in the past.
You mentioned this too as well, of like the crowd filtering out in between every band. They did that all night long. I did feel like though that the crowd didn't shuffle back in for Signs of the Swarm. However, we did sort of move our way forward after the first couple songs. And there's one part where I switched from like, being on your right side to your left side, and then that gave me less of a view behind us.
Oh, okay.
So I couldn't see if it actually filled up a lot more throughout the night. It very easily could have, but for those first couple songs, it felt like the room had thinned out just a little bit.
Yeah, I would agree there that I felt like it thinned a little bit as well.
But again, it's 5 bands. How many
Yeah.
people are like in the same boat you were going over? They're like, fuck, I don't want to stay for 5 bands. I've seen Signs of the Swarm 6 times already. Do I
Yeah.
need to see them again?
Yeah. I don't know. The crowd was pretty young, so I think that they can handle the 5
I think they
bands
could,
a
yeah.
little bit more than us. Again, it was a night of, oh my God, I feel old
Yeah.
in the crowd. I even heard one kid between the bands who was drinking a beer and he was like, well, how old do you think I am? And I don't know what the other kid said, but he was like, I'm 26. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. I was 26 once too.
Yep.
So. But,
Over a decade ago.
yeah, right. But that's just, I mean, especially when we go to deathcore bands like that, that's just, we're old.
It definitely is. It feels like the thing right now. Metalcore and deathcore in particular are like the big hot items at the moment. It is what it is. Like everything's cyclical. Thrash had it. Yeah, the camera just went out. So we're gonna throw our logo or some shit up here on the screen.
Overheated, it said. So
for those of you watching, you'll see that. For those of you listening, there might be a little cut there. I don't remember what I was saying, but thrash basically.
Yeah, deathcore just being like a major thing right now. And
so if it's not your thing, there's still other music out there. I think there will be a time where deathcore starts to like wane a little bit, not become as popular.
There'll be something else, yeah.
And the next thing's going to come around. It might be thrash again. Who knows what it's going to be? But I do really enjoy these shows. I do wish there was more diversity in sort of the set in terms of the music style.
Yeah, that was fine with me. But
I know it was, but like for me, like to give it a little bit of a break here and there, I think that would have been nice.
Yeah.
Even we did the what was the Dying Fetus show we saw earlier this year?
Oh, like the Chaos and Carnage.
Yeah. Even though that was a lot of death metal bands as well.
There was mix up.
There was some, like especially with Fetch God Apocalypse. That's death metal, deathcore. I don't know if I call them deathcore, but death metal for sure. With sort of this weird take on it. So having something like that to break up the night a little bit, I really do enjoy that.
Yeah. Like the only other thing with Signs of the Swarm set that I don't know. I really like Tower of Torsos, and every single show I've ever seen, they've always played it. Obviously, it's not on the new album, so they replaced.
They had to cut something.
Yeah, cut out something, and I understand that. But
it was also the start of spooky season in October, and a big thing for me in spooky season is not only the horror movies, but it's also the horror music.
Yeah.
So like stuff that always goes on my rotation: Ice Nine Kills, obvious reasons. Typo Negative, Bloody Kisses mostly for the first like 2 or 3 songs, honestly. And then of course Rob Zombie and Dragula.
Oh yeah.
And they have a cover of Dragula that you got to hear at Incarceration that I didn't.
Yes.
And they played it a few other times at other festivals. I was sort of watching like the set list as they played them. And I was like, fuck, I can't wait to hear that. It would have been perfect for, spooky season. It fits perfectly. And they did not play that. So I was a little upset with that.
Hopefully someday you get to hear that. Hopefully maybe they'll release it or something like that. But yeah, hearing Dragula, Signs of the Swarm sing Dragula in their style it was really cool.
And also, they did play 13 songs, but it felt short.
It was short. I think it was like 45 minutes. Yeah.
It was not a long set.
Yeah.
And they even went off stage to do like a pseudo encore type thing.
Yeah, for Prometheus and Amongst the Low and Empty.
Yeah, for the last 2
I totally
songs.
forgot that they went off for a little bit and everybody's like, one more song.
Which I didn't feel like it was an encore because I kind of did. They did say like, thank you for coming out. This is super awesome.
Like after Creator, they were like, thank you, blah, blah, blah. I think Creator might be the last song on the album too, so it would be a good way to like. They didn't play like the whole album or anything, but
I do like that little touch of like our main set's going to end with the new ending song.
Yeah,
so that's kind of a cool touch. I didn't know that. All in all, a band I would see again.
Oh, I definitely would see it again.
They did call for a Wall of Death. They were the 4 out of 5 bands that called it. I fucking hate the Wall of Death. It's just so overdone. That's one thing I don't necessarily want to see again is a Wall of Death.
Yeah. We'll see it again.
If we can go like 2 years without seeing a Wall of Death and then see another Wall of Death, cool. I'm happy with that. Or if we can go every other show without seeing a Wall of Death, that's a good step in the right direction. Just like fucking Circle Pits. Although I will say this, it was hot as fuck in there. When the Circle Pit ran, it was like a
air
fan.
conditioning. Yes, yes. It was really hot. It's been a warm October so far. So.
Any case, great time all around. Good ticket price, $25.
Oh yeah, for $25, yeah.
$5 a band. That's not bad.
Yeah,
these bands are definitely worth $5 to go check out.
I'm really glad to see a Science of Swarm headlining set now. So
yeah, and maybe they'll do another one. We can go check that out, and they'll play Dragula or something. I don't know. Maybe. And Tower of Torsos, Torso Towers.
Tower of Torsos. Yes.
Oh shit! I was gonna bring that up.
I did think to do to become God is for all of you to die.
Oh, is that how that goes?
Yeah.
All right, whatever. I think it was 1056. I didn't bring this up. I just thought about the Tower of Torsos and made me think of this. When they came out, I think it was them. When they came out for their sort of intro music, you heard like sort of this swaying back and forth of what sounded like basically a guy on a noose sort of swaying back and forth. And I don't know if you noticed the drummer standing up behind his kit sort of swaying along with it.
I did not notice that. No.
I thought that was a cool little touch to like, oh shit, all right, as they're just getting ready for the thing.
Yeah.
Tower of Torsos made me think of that.
Oh, okay.
Because there was a torso swaying in the wind.
Okay.
Cool little touch, good little like, I don't know, it's low effects that go a long way.
Yeah, it's hard to do a lot of things at Reggies just because it's such a small stage. There's no like way to really have props and stuff. So. But
yeah, I don't know. I agree. It's a small stage, but we'll see other shows there, and we'll see other shows elsewhere. So we got more coming up, and I don't know. It was a good time for live music. Go check out some live music, and hopefully we'll catch you at the next show.
Bye.